I'm old enough to remember that Grand Theft Auto was a game where Christian moms wanted it banned. They had burnings of the game, they were getting rid of it. It was a terrible thing, but the Gen Xers of the 90s just kind of stuck their middle finger up and said, we're going to do what we want, no censorship, Grand Theft Auto, suck it. And they had their game full of prostitutes and gory violence and drug use and all these things that were a bad influence on children at the time. And, the Christian moms were kind of right, but they didn't have the juice to truly get it censored. It took transgenders getting their fifis hurt on Twitter to get it done. God, we're in such a strange world. My name is John Delarose. I am a #1 best-selling author and award-winning comic creator, and I am reporting on all the crazy crap that's going on in the world, trying to make a change, too, by creating good content that the Christian mothers would approve of, and actually, that's about it. But we're trying to bring it back to the good old days where heroes were heroes, villains were villains. You can count on good stories. I write books. I have comics. I've got a Subscribe Star, which is taken off. We just posted a new novel, a full-length novel yesterday for Subscribe Star members, and I would love for you to get in on this and support what we're doing here. It's vital if we want to change the culture and bring it back to what it was. Thank you, everybody who's done so far, and my links are in the description below if you want to support. All right, here we are. GTA 5's next-gen ports, meaning they're ported to the new systems, removing some transphobic content. Rockstar has made these changes, removing characters and background items which mocked trans women. Oh no, everybody, Grand Theft Auto. That is the most important thing in Grand Theft Auto, the most offensive thing in Grand Theft Auto. Of course, everything else in those games, totally good. Fine, absolutely great. Let's glorify the hell out of extreme violence against hobos and things like that. Totally cool. Yeah, prostitution, fantastic. Rampant drug use, let's go. No, don't make fun of trans women, of course. Oh, I didn't even know that they made fun of trans women in these games. I mean, I'm sure they just have some silly comments. Here we are. I guess they had a character dressed in pink with garish makeup and has a large penis-like bulge, so they say. And it's just a little joke, and the trans people can't take a joke is what it comes down to. But we knew this. The SJWs are the most thin-skinned losers on the face of the entire planet, and we've got an entire generation of just complete babies who really cannot handle this sort of thing. Now, they're never consistent with what they're preaching. It's only trans or gay or lesbian or queer or non-binary or whatever jokes that are the problem. No other jokes matter. You can make fun of white people to your heart's content, Christians to your heart's content, men to your heart's content, but, there's the protected classes. They need the protection from jokes. It's very important. This is the same group, of course, that canceled Dave Chappelle over nonsense, where Dave Chappelle just has a whole humor skit where he just makes fun of everybody. And, of course, Grand Theft Auto is much the same. It's a game that is degenerate on every single level, that really goes for it over the top on every single level. And while, it's not my thing, and while, I would honestly advocate against playing stuff like this, you don't want to fill your mind with garbage and degeneracy after all. You don't need to just cut it from the game for this sort of situation. And, I am much more a proponent of, if you don't like it, stay away from it. You don't need to censor something. Now, of course, this is a port. So this is a game that's already been released. It's already been out, and they're changing it because of the modern censors, the modern Nazis out there who can't allow certain content to exist. And it's really just sad to watch at this point. But we've seen this happen with Blizzard. We've seen this happen now with Rockstar. We've seen this happen with so many companies down the line. Video games have been paused. And if you think that whole deal with Gamergate and Zoe Quinn, Anita Sarkeesian was the end of things, if they were vanquished, so you might think, by the mockery on the internet, no, they've really honestly taken over the industry. Just like every other form of entertainment now, video games are paused. They are completely just owned by the SJWs. And this new generation of kids is just going to get completely babied because they can't handle a joke. And that's what it comes down to. What do you think about this? I can't believe I'm talking about Grand Theft Auto in 2022. I just can't believe anybody cares. But this is where we're at with the world. Leave a comment down below with what you think, hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll be back soon.